Hello everybody. Today we are going to learn about on equality. That is the first chapter in the NCERT book. In this chapter, we will learn about what does it mean by dignity of an individual, the basic principles on which the right to equality is based, how the Indian government tried to establish equality, the issues of equality in other democracies of the world, and the civil rights movement. We have talked about equality, what does it mean by equality, and how equality can be measured in Indian society. So we have seen the factors which determine equality in a society, like social, economic, and political factors. But when equality does not exist in a particular aspect of a society, then the dignity of individuals is violated. So when people are treated unequally, the dignity is violated. Dignity means the state of being equally worthy of esteem or respect. Now let us see that what does equality means in the context of Indian democracy. Indian constitution guarantees all its citizens the right to equality as a fundamental right. Indian constitution enshrines the fundamental rights and into which the right to equality is one of the prominent one. The right to equality is based upon the basic principles, like there should not be any sort of discrimination in the society. Each of the individual is equal before law. The same laws are applicable to all the people. The Every individual has access to public places and facilities. Public places like the worshipping places, even the wells, canals, then hospitals, marketplaces, shops, etc. Article 17, which is enshrined in the Indian Constitution, abolishes untouchability. The practice of untouchability in any form is made an offence punishable under law according to this article. Previously, untouchability was practiced in Indian society. Now, according to Article 17, practicing untouchability has become a punishable offence. The Indian government has tried to establish equality through the basic two ways. The first one is by passing the laws or making the laws in the legislature, and the secondly, by introducing and implementing many of the schemes and programs. So we can take certain examples of such schemes, like the midday meal scheme and the right to education 2009. These are some of the examples of the steps which are taken by the government to promote equality. The aim of these schemes is to help improve the lives of those communities who have been discriminated for centuries in the past. So government tries to establish equality in a variety of ways. Now let us talk about the midday meal scheme. Midday meal scheme was first introduced in Tamil Nadu in 2001. Later on, its success led to its introduction in other Indian states as well. In 1996, the scheme was revised to ensure provision of midday meal of adequate nutritional value, so that the nutritional value is provided to all the children of the school. There had been many of the benefits noticed of this midday meal scheme. First of all, it helped in reducing the social gap and caste prejudices, because the meals are served to all the children at the same time, and they have to eat the meals together, and this helps in minimizing the social gap and social differences. Even Dalit women are employed to cook and serve the meals, and that is the reason then the children eat the food which is cooked by them. So definitely it minimizes the social gap or the caste prejudices. Even it had considerably helped in increasing the enrollment and attendance in government schools, especially in poor sections of the society. Now you may wonder that does inequality exist only in Indian society? No, India is not the only country where struggle against inequality exists. In many other countries of the all across the world, there had been there had always been people who had always tried to struggle for equality. For example, in the United States of America, the African Americans had to face discrimination in the past in almost every walk of their life. For example, they were not allowed to sit on the seat which was meant for the white people or which the white people wished to use. Rosa Parks was an African American woman who raised her voice for the first time against this injustice. And then this led to a huge agitation amongst the people against the inequality which was practiced in the US. On December 1955, Rosa Parks, who was asked to give up her seat to a white man, but she refused to do so, and her refusal led to this huge agitation, and this came to be known as Civil Rights Movement. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 came into being now after that, and then it prohibited the racial discrimination, the discrimination based on race, religion, and nationality, origin of a person, of an individual. After that, even African American children got access to the schools where white children studied. Previously, they had no access to the places which were meant for white people. So this is how it benefited the African Americans in United States. Challenges of democracy. No country can be called as a complete democracy because people and communities always try to expand the idea of democracy. Even though we have embraced, means many of the nations all across the world and many of the constitutions all across of all the countries have embraced equality, then also in spite of that we find inequality has not been completely eliminated from our societies, and that is the reason we always find some people who strive to achieve equality. So we have a long way to go ahead so that equality can be achieved in whatever way possible. So in this chapter we have learnt about what does it mean by dignity of an individual, the basic principles on which the right to equality is based, how the Indian government tried to establish equality, the issues of equality in other democracies of the world, and the civil rights movement of 1950s. Thank you so much. If you had liked this, please like, subscribe, and comment below in the comment section.